Did you know 4 out of 10 seniors own a smartphone? Well, let's talk about what you can do with that. Hi, Terri Maxheimer here with Terri Talks. This is our weekly edition from Providence Solutions, and we are here today with Katrina Nolan. Katrina is one of our communication specialists with our marketing team. So we're going to talk about apps for seniors because, as Katrina was telling me earlier, 4 out of 10 seniors own a smartphone.
Absolutely.
So tell us about this.
Yes, 4 out of 10 seniors own a smartphone, and that number is actually just going to go up. That number has doubled in the past 5 years. So more and more people are getting an iPhone, are getting an Android phone, and you can use it for a lot more than just making phone calls,
and
obviously,
texting,
and texting, and using Facebook. But there are a lot of apps that can help you maintain good health.
Super.
And one I wanted to point out to you today: have you ever gone to the doctor's office and felt completely rushed through your visit?
Absolutely.
The doctor comes in, you don't even know, before you know it, he's out the door, and you're like, I had a question I wanted to ask, and it slipped my mind.
Exactly. So I'm riding home thinking, I'm never going to get that opportunity again.
Exactly.
Until my next office
Until your
visit.
next appointment. So there's an app called the AHRQ Question Builder, and it was developed by the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality.
Okay.
And it helps you prepare for your medical visits. It walks you step by step. You set the day and time that you're going to your doctor's appointment. It asks you what you're going for. Maybe you're going to talk about a pain or an ache that you've had, or maybe you're preparing for an upcoming surgery. And it walks you through some questions that you might want to think about asking your doctor. What are some possible complications to the surgery? What are some alternatives that we might consider? And it also walks you through questions that your doctor might ask you, so you can think about that and have that in your head ahead of time. You can also add pictures to it, so if you've got a bruise or a rash and you wanted to kind of document it, see it's gotten worse or better over a couple of days, you can add those pictures right in the app, and everything's right there. So
oh my gosh. So ease of that, and it walks me through it.
Walks you through it.
Walks me through it. So all I have to do is go to the App Store, download. Is there any fee for it?
Nope, this is a free app.
So we're talking about free apps.
Free apps.
Okay, folks, this is great. That is wonderful. So this is a way that people can be prepared for their doctor's office visits, kind of think ahead of time of the questions they want to ask, and then prepared for what the doctor may be asking them.
Maximize that time together.
Absolutely, because you know it's going to be 10 minutes or less. It always is. Absolutely. So tell us about another one.
The second app I wanted to talk to you about today is called MediSafe.
Okay.
And this is for managing your prescription medications. You can do it for yourself or for a loved one. You can add, they call it a med friend. So you can set up your daughter or your son or your caregiver can help you manage your medications and make sure that you're taking the right ones at the right time. So as you go into the app, you can add in each of the pills that you take when you take them.
Okay.
You can even, so I have, for example, warfarin in here, and it shows you a picture of what the tablet might look like.
Wow.
So I know that my green pill is my, blood pressure pill, or, this is my blood thinner, and you can change it to match the pills that you have. And then you get a reminder on your phone when it's time to take that pill. It also reminds you when you're ready for a refill.
Oh my gosh.
And your med friend then can also be checking and making sure that you're taking your pills if you missed one day.
Right.
So they can help you stay adherent to your medication regime. Another thing I like about this app is that it's very good for checking any interactions.
Okay, so if one doesn't mix with the other, and maybe my doctor doesn't know that another doctor down the street might have ordered it for me,
Because we all see more than one doctor.
Absolutely.
And we all know their medical records don't always talk to each other.
Exactly.
So you might be on something that, say I'm taking warfarin, but another doctor decides to prescribe me Bactrim for an infection. I can look that up and make sure, and it tells me, oh, that's not a good mix. Those two medications shouldn't mix.
Super. Even though we rely on pharmacies to do that for us, what I think is so good about this too is the proactiveness for that person to know their medications.
Right.
Not alone just the med reminder piece is just absolutely wonderful, because then it would know whether or not, okay, I've got 10 pills left over and it's already at the end of the month. What happened here?
Something happened.
Exactly.
Right. It also gives you interactions with things in your diet. So we all know if you're on a blood thinner like warfarin, you shouldn't eat a lot of food, green leafy vegetables that have vitamin K. So it's got information in here about any food interactions that you might want to be conscious of. So
You know, and I've been in this business for a while, and I didn't even know about that. It's fantastic. I mean, really, it is. I
Right.
mean, because, you know, there's a high percentage of people that get hospitalized due to medication mismanagement.
Yes.
Either forgetting
Yes.
or, you know, what I like about this too is like warfarin should be taken the same time every day. So for those medications that are once a day, oh, should I take it at noon today and maybe at dinner time tomorrow? No. This will remind them
This
to
will
keep the
remind you.
consistency of the medications.
Yes.
That is great.
And while we're talking about medications, the last app I wanted to share with you is called GoodRx. You may
Okay.
have seen some ads or heard about it
Right.
from a friend. This is good for comparing drug prices. And
Okay.
we've heard a lot about, especially insulin, very, very expensive.
Yes, and the different pricing and
Right.
yep, exactly.
And if you're not old enough to be on Medicare Part D, you may be in a high deductible insurance plan. You may be paying a lot of out of pocket for your prescription medications. This allows you to search for your medications, and it compares prices at all the pharmacies around you, and it also gives you coupons for discounts.
Oh my gosh.
So it couldn't be
So
simpler.
you probably, basically, I would imagine, put your zip code in.
Put your
Is
zip
that
code in.
and it will tell you.
Yep.
And I think that is such a great option for folks that are not on Medicare Part D, because again, you can't use that with Medicare Part D.
Correct.
So that is something just to remember with this GoodRx, because you're to go to Medicare.gov every year and do a comparison of your medications regarding Medicare Part D and where you can get the best medications. But this is great for people that might be on multiple medications and are still under that age 65.
Correct.
So all's good.
Correct.
Chris, I'm amazed. I mean, I thought these are really fun apps.
They are. They're
oh,
great.
Katrina, thank you. I hope everyone really enjoyed this short segment. I mean, I did. And this is probably just a tip on the iceberg.
Yes, we have a whole blog post with several other apps, not only for maintaining your health, but also just for fun. So you can check that out on the
great.
blog.
Okay, good. The blog will be coming out, and I thank you so much for joining us here on Terri Talks. Again, any questions regarding any senior health issues or senior issues, please notify us. Best number for me, 708-342-8090. Again, our website has collected all of these great Terri Talks, and that's www.providencelifesolutions.com. So I thank you so much for joining us today, and I thank you, Katrina.
Thanks for
Have
having
a
me.
great day.